All right. So right now, you should see my whiteboard. Let me just there you have it. Right now, you should see my whiteboard, and I believe it's appearing right now. So why do we even bother about trading sessions, right? Why are they important, and also how can you use this in our advantage? That's this knowledge. Okay, I'll just go on and on until the time runs out. Okay, so first things first, who trades the forex market? Okay, like I know there's us, we have the rest of us, which is we are referred to as retail traders. Okay, and then retail traders is basically everyone else. Okay, by everyone else I mean you, me, and each and every individual trader that you know about. Okay, so these are called retail traders, right? And then these people, their contribution to the market, like individually, it's quite low if you think about it. Like if I'm trading, I don't know, 10,000 USDs, that's very low compared to the forex market. Remember, the forex market trades more than I think more than $5 trillion every day, every single day. So just so you understand, we are not the major players in the market, right? There's major players. Okay, there's hedge funds that are trading much bigger funds. Okay, there's bigger institutions, and then more importantly, we have banks. Okay, just answering the question, who trades the forex market, right? We have the banks. Okay, now banks do a lot of forex trading. If you have dollars you want to exchange, you go to the bank. If you do whatever, they do forex trading. It's their thing, right? So these the larger institutions, everything larger, let's refer to them as the banks. Okay, everything larger. By large or major, I mean they're trading larger amounts every day. Those ones will just refer to them as banks. Okay, the bigger ones, the bigger guys. Okay, the major players in the market. The rest of us, we are retail traders. We are very, very insignificant. We do trade relatively low amounts. Okay, why am I asking this question? So that it helps you understand this whole idea of having to have market trading sessions, right? So now these banks, the biggest players are found where? They are found in New York, right? What you call a Wall Street, right? New York. New York, they are found in most of them. The biggest ones, you'll get them New York. You'll get them where? London. Okay, London has a lot of major players, right? Those we are going to refer to them as the banks. Okay, the bigger ones, right? You know that banks don't open at the same time, right? A bank in New York won't open at the same time as a bank in South Africa, right? They're going to open at different times. Okay, so they're going to start operating at different times. If you are in any country, you know that your bank is not open 24/7, right? You're going to only go there maybe at 9 a.m. in the morning when they open or something. That's the thing. That's why we have trading sessions, because they can't open at the same time. But when we are sleeping, others are awake and making money. And when we are awake, others are sleeping. Okay, so that's the idea behind it. It's always a matter of we are not in the market at the same time, right? So let me just show you this, and then we're gonna get to it. Okay, right now you should see the world map with nothing, just the map, right? Okay, let's get to it. So we have the US on your left, Europe. Okay, we have Asia, right? Asia, right? This should be simple. What do we have in Asia? We have Japan in Asia. We have okay, I need to use a different color here so that okay, red is better. All right. So we have J, Japan, P, Y. Okay. I think China has something like a yen or something. I'm not sure. I never trade the Chinese one. I think it's just correct me if you know it on the chat box. And then we have NZD, the New Zealand dollar, NZD there. Okay, We have the Australian dollar, AUD, right? As you can see, this is New Zealand, this is Australia. They are like pretty close. So when these guys are up, we are sleeping. They are up and trading, we are sleeping, because remember, they are ahead of us. So time goes in this direction, which means that for them, by the time day ends, we are starting to wake up in Africa. This is the ZAR, South African rand. Okay, this South African rand. You will understand why we have to name them like this, so that you get exactly what happens, right? The euro is there. Okay, we also have in that section, we also have the G. Let me erase this. We also have the GBP, the Great Britain pound. Okay. I think the Swiss is also here. Okay, CH, is it this one? Yeah, CHF, right? I think it's also there. Just confirm with me as well. And then under the US, we have the MXN, and then we also have the USD, and then we have the Canadian dollar, or Canadian dollar. Okay, so I'll just put on the major ones here. There is way more currencies in the world, but we'll just focus on the major ones right now. Okay, so let's go back to the time zones. Now that you see exactly where each and every one is located, right? So think about it. Time goes in this manner, right? So when South African banks are opening right here, it's right about the same time as the London and everything. Okay, the session here is called the London session, right? The London session. This one is the New York session, and then this one is called the Asian session. If you break it down, it's gonna be the Sydney and the Tokyo session. Okay, it's in terms of the times, right? So when the European banks and everything open and start trading, right, it's gonna be at a certain time. When the New York banks open and start trading, is gonna be also at a different time, right? And when the Asian banks start open and start trading, it's gonna be a different time. Now let's look at those times and see what happens. Please, if you have a question, you know what to do. Just drop it down there, and I will get to it. I will definitely get to it. Okay. Okay, so what happens is, this is the Sydney market open, Tokyo market open. The Sydney and Tokyo, you can call it the Asian, right? This is the Asian market, right? Remember, Tokyo is Japan, Sydney is Australia. Okay, and then NZD, New Zealand, is also under the same umbrella, right? And then we have the London market open. This is the London market open. This involves GDP, USD, Euro. It involves GDP, Euro, I think the Swiss franc. And then we have the New York market open. This involves USD, Canadian dollar, and the Mexican currency as well, right? So what are the times, right? Each and every time that you see here, just add what you call add 6 hours, okay? Because this is the Eastern time. So add 6 hours to actually make it a South African time. If you want to make it just GMT, add 4 hours, okay? So around 11 p.m., right, you're gonna get the Sydney market open. Okay, what is under the Sydney? We have a Australian dollar. Okay, that's under the Sydney market around 11 p.m. So the banks in Australia and everything, activity is starting. It's the morning for them. Everything is going on and everything. So their markets are expected to be more active around this time. Now, this session, the Asian session, is quite a slow session. I'll show you on the chart how it is, but it is a slow session. So that's when it opens. What else is under the Asian session? NZD. Okay, NZD as well is expected to move, right? To have some activity. Okay, from there we have the London market. What time is it? 3 a.m. You know what to do. Add 6 to that, and then you're gonna have 9 a.m. So around 9 a.m. This one was around 11 p.m. Around 9 a.m. South African time, right? 9 a.m. What do you get? the London market. So now what happens here is there's something called daylight saving time. Okay, that time is they shifted by 1 hour. Okay, so this is why sometimes the sessions are gonna change. I think it's about to happen if it hasn't. Okay, it's gonna change from 9 to 10 or 10 to 9. It shifts by 1 hour. Okay, so this can change to 10 and then the London Open can be at 10, right? So London Open, what is involved there? Okay, we're talking GBP, we are talking euro. Okay, those are the major ones. There is more, of course, but I'm just gonna write the major ones there. And then well, that's about it with the London session, right? And then New York, right? What happens there? USD, what time is it? 8 a.m. at 6, 8 plus 6, what do you get? 14. So around 14 dot South African time. By the way, I'm converting for those in South Africa. That's PM, I believe. PM. You expect the New York session to start around that time. Why am I putting 14 p.m.? Because people might think, no, but it's 3. No. You must start expecting it around 14 p.m. Remember, even their news release and everything, they start around, they start at what you call 2:30, 14:30 p.m., right? So take it as 14 p.m., okay? Take 14 p.m., you start seeing activity. Also, taking it an hour back helps you get there in time so that you start analyzing or whatever that you do in time, right? That is your New York session. This involves Canada, so it's gonna be the CAD. Okay, I'm not pairing them, I'm just putting the individual currencies. CAD, USD, okay, and then the Mexican one. I don't trade this one, but I have to involve it. Mexico. Everything else that side is involved there. The banks, they are opening. Activity is starting. It literally makes sense, good people. Okay, so it is what it is right here. Now from here, remember the Asian session is slow. Okay, the London session is very fast. I like this session as well, London session. The New York session also fast. Okay, by fast I mean you're getting a lot of volatility around those times. All right, well, I believe that's about it. Now let's look at a much different, because I want to go deeper with this, just a bit deeper. I want to show you something right here. Just remember exactly which pairs are involved, because we are going to the charts right now and we are going to look at the whole thing I was talking about. Okay, so just keep in mind which pairs are involved, and don't just cram which pairs are involved, just know why are they involved. Okay, you know, of course, it's their opening times. Okay, so they are supposed to be active, right? So do not just cram those things, but you must also understand exactly why. Now I'm going to show you a picture right now, and we're going to talk about the basically I'll be going just a bit deeper so that you see something important as well. Yeah, you should see the sessions right here. Okay, it's in GMT. You only add 2 hours if you are in South Africa. 2 hours, which means if you see 8, you add 2, it's gonna be around 10, 9, 10. Okay, I think I prefer adding 1 for this one so that it's around 9 here, so that you be ready to enter the markets before that, way before the 10. Okay, so now there is something that you see here. Look at this session right here. The London session ends around this time, so it's going to be 15 plus 2. It ends around 5. Okay, so around this time, which is going to be 2 p.m., we spoke about the times, right? We are starting the New York. This usually you're going to get the most activity around the overlaps, the overlap. So now you need to think about it. London involves what? New York involves what? Okay, so already you know GDP USD. GDP, this is why people trade these pairs a lot. Okay, GDP USD is gonna be pretty active there. Okay, GBP USD, right? Because it's in London and New York. Okay, Euro USD is also in London and New York, right? So the overlap as well, just keep it in mind, right? And then New York and Sydney, there is an overlap there. Okay, just add the two add one for the sake of coming in early. So it's gonna be around 9 p.m. to this time. You get another overlap. What is overlapping, right? Which pairs are overlapping, right? Then you get your Sydney, your Tokyo. Under Sydney, you get Australian dollar, you get New Zealand dollar. So NZD, is it NZD USD? NZD USD, OD USD. These pairs, because I've been trading these pairs, I know sometimes you'll be surprised, why is it moving so late? Yes, it's because of these overlaps that you are looking at. Okay, sometimes you'll understand why, especially these two pairs. Okay, once you are trading, you'll realize that they will tend to move around those times, around 8 plus 2, around 10:90, because of those overlaps. It's overlapping with the New York session. The New York session is still in play while the Sydney session or the Asian session is starting. Then you will understand why these pairs are moving around that time. Okay, now what I'm talking about does not involve analysis. I'm just showing you the times where where you get opportunities, right? Exactly where. Now, to be more accurate, to be more precise, let's go straight to the charts, and then I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So now, if you look at it this way, right? For us in South Africa, the the Asian session, this session right here, it's generally, for us, the day is starting, like it's the beginning of the day around 12 p.m. AM, is it AM or AM? Sorry, early in the morning, around 12 a.m. where our day is starting. Okay, so it's around the beginning of our day. That's when you get the Asian session. Okay, I'm just telling you that so that you take it to the charts, because we are going to the charts right now and talk about it. So I want you to take notes what happens each and every day. Okay, each and every day, so that you don't confuse yourself. Like it's really, really simple. Any day I can pick for you, you will see something, right? Okay, let's look at this. This is the lines here are separating the days for us. Okay, if you see these lines here, these are period separated. So it's from the beginning of the day, according to the broker's time, to the end of the day. Okay, so notice something. During the beginning of the day, this is GDP USD. GDP USD, during the beginning of the day, it's around 3, 4, 5 in the morning. All the GDP, London session and everything is quiet that side. No trading, generally no trading is happening. So this is why GDP USD around this time, they are like way less active. Okay, let me draw it on the chart. Look at this time right here. There's less activity during the beginning of the day. Like the market is not volatile, because the volatile market, I'm talking about moves that are just aggressive like that, or a bit more than what I'm looking at here. This is just less volatility. Okay, now what happens towards the end? This is actually the Asian session. This less volatile session, the one I said is slow, is the Asian session, right? So after the Asian session, look at here, look the time, you will see it here at the bottom, right? At the bottom. When it approaches around 9 something, you see now it's starting to move, right? Starting to move. Now from here, crazy volatility, right? No coincidence. It's about the sessions, the trading sessions, right? Let's look at a different day and also talk about it. Okay. And then we are going to get to those ones I spoke about. Even if the pair is not going to move that much for that particular day, but you will see that on the early hours of the day, you are not getting a lot of volatility. Like it's small moves. They're not going to make you a lot of money. That's why a lot of traders are not that active around these hours. It's called the Asian session. From there, after the session, all of a sudden you are getting spikes and everything, much bigger moves. Why? Trading sessions. I can do this the whole day. You will see it. Okay. This is the early hours of the day. It's not a lot. It's not a lot compared to what happened after. After that, what happened? Crazy moves, up and down moves. Okay. Just after the session. Okay. So they should tell you why it's important, why we should understand these trading sessions, right? Why are we doing this? Okay. I can do this the whole day. As you can see, each and every like beginning of the day, you will see that there's less volatility. All of a sudden, you are getting spikes all the time. Okay, so basically, the message I'm sending to you is that you need to know your sessions. You need to understand your sessions. You can't just wake up at 3 a.m. and be like, I want to trade the technicals here. Okay, we only do fundamentals in that way, not technicals like that. Okay, I wanna show you that template I was opening right now. This is one of the indicators. If you have a computer or something, you can use it, but it's nothing. It's no magic, honestly. It's no magic. It's just showing you where the Asian session ends and where the next session begins, right? That's what it does basically. Okay, let me fix this indicator. Even if you are using your phone only, you don't have to beat yourself up. It's no magic. It is no magic. Okay, you can still figure it out on your phone, but with people with laptops always get a better stuff, huh? All right, so this one will tell you with this powder bluish color, this one, it's basically showing me that this is still the Asian session from the beginning of the day up until here. This is the Asian session, right? And then from here, from around here, look at the time. What is it? 9:45. We are starting to enter what you call your London session, right? London session. And then around here, this red zone right here, you see there is another zone, small zone here. This zone here, it is showing you exactly when to expect. Okay, let me zoom in because I believe you can see it. It first shows me when to start preparing for entries, right? This thing will plot the same way. It does not care where the market is, just going to plot the same way because it's telling you in terms of time as well. Okay, so it's going to show me there this small box. I hope you can see it. There is this smaller box inside this red box. It's telling you, okay, now you can get ready for this coming session, which is the major one, the New York session. As you see how big it was, right? So it's basically, it can teach you better when it comes to what you call your sessions. Okay, your sessions. I think so. Basically, that's about it, good people. I really don't have much to say about sessions. But one thing I can do for you is show you what I spoke about. I said something about the Australian dollar and the New Zealand dollar pairs moving at that time of the day. Okay, if you're entering those trades, okay, this is definitely something that you need to remember as a trader, right? If you are entering on a NZDUSD and ODUSD, right? ODUSD. Just take note. They will just not move for the most part. Okay, because it has USD, it might move on the New York session, but they might hold the trades until around 9-10 p.m. and then they will start moving, and then you'll be like, what? Why that specific time or something? Okay, so it has to do with the sessions. Please, if you don't understand something, if you want me to repeat something, we have time. Just ask me in the chat box and then we go for it. Okay. In the meantime, I'm just opening other pairs and just to show you that the same patterns, okay, over and over and over and over again. Okay. Again, do me that favor. And one more thing that you need to take note of, ne? The broker's time, sometimes it's a bit off. Sometimes it is a bit off. It's not the same time as us. So usually, if you're using a broker from where you are, from your own country, it should be much more accurate than if you're using a broker from somewhere, because these times are not going to be exactly your own time, right? It's going to be the broker's time. Okay, I'm just showing you, this is ODUSD, right? So you see it moves later on, like during the day. It tends to move a bit later on during. Look at these moves, right? Also might be due to the fact that they also have news around the Asian session. Like it will move, I think around 11 or 12. You're gonna get NZD news and everything. Okay, it should make sense to you. This is the class that's supposed to bring a lot of things together for you. Okay, it should bring a lot of things together for you. If it is not bringing you stuff together, it simply means that you need to ask questions before I leave this session. Okay, you need to ask me questions. All right. Look at this, how beautiful it is. It keeps moving later on during the day. Please, if you want to test this out, just try out. I hope you guys have like proper brokers wherever. I don't even know where this broker I'm using is, like in terms of in the area, because I will have known how much to subtract. But use your own broker. Like if you're in South Africa, just use any South African broker to see the sessions properly and to see the right time below here. Okay, to see the right time is below here, because I have a feeling I'm not getting the right one here. I'm not getting the right times as well. It won't affect much, but it's still something. Okay, so do it. Do note that. But me, I already know the times by heart, so it's not a big deal for me. Look at how it's moving early around the Asian session, right? That's all. That's Aussie dollar. Okay, what else do we have? NZD. Do I have it here? If you wanna ask something, do that while I'm still here. It's gonna do the same thing. NZD is gonna do similar moves. Okay, it's gonna do similar moves. All right. So I'm not gonna be surprised that much. GDP USD, we've checked it out. Let's check Canadian dollar. Okay, wait. USD CAD. Yeah. Okay. I just want to show you. It's gonna be its movements are gonna be pretty much aligned with the American session, which should come at no surprise for you, because now you know why it's moving at those times, right? Why it's moving at those times. Okay, so basically patience. If it's not the right session for you to trade whatever you want to trade, then just wait. Okay, this is why it's advisable that if you are starting up, or if any trader, even pro traders, they're gonna have that pair that they like to trade. And if you dig in deeper, you'll see that they understand that pair. They know the pair. You know, they know when it's supposed to move. So when you are busy doing things, you don't know, trying to try things and everything last minute, but now they know when their pay is gonna start being active. They are relaxed, right? So you should also be waiting and be like, oh, I'll just wait and everything for the right moment. Okay. If you understand what you are trading, chances are you'll kill it. Okay. This course is supposed to take you from beginner to pro. Okay. Beginner to trading like a pro. Okay. So that's where we're going basically. And I hope I'm doing a good job explaining. I'm not a teacher, but I try my best here. And people are not asking me questions. Okay. Just unmute your mic if you want to ask a question. We still have like, I don't know, 7 minutes. So we have time. If you don't have a question, you can just leave. You can just leave the session. It's still fine. If you have a question, yeah. I'm legit done with everything. So I just gonna chill with you guys here. So this is bringing a lot of memories actually. When it comes to BTMM. Oh, I actually muted everyone. Let's do this. Allow them. All right. So it brings a lot of memories. This was a really good course that I took as well. BTMM, it taught me a lot in a very different way. So I appreciate also this course as well. You know, if every time I speak, you'll actually see that this person is not no regular trader. If you like, you'll see when you talk strategy and everything, but it's all thanks to the everything that I've there's all the things that I came across. They ended up to something that I can actually make money off in terms of trading and everything. I'll have to drop it here. Thanks a lot for attending. I believe we are building it to something even bigger. We have to meet on the next class. Okay, it's getting more serious now. Till we meet again. Delo signing out.